Good evening, everybody. Hope we're all doing well. I'm joined by the wonderful Bulletchen. You can see over to my other side here, and I've got the autoplay on the YouTube.
Oh,
Oh boy, oh boy.
oh boy, oh boy. Oh my god. The flag was missing Switzerland
Huh?
and also Scotland, I think.
Oh,
The
really?
big flag. Yeah,
No,
that's disappointing. I'm
the
out of here.
no, the Scotland flag was definitely there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Scotland is there, but not Switzerland. I
It's
don't
definitely
understand you,
there.
man. What the hell is this, man? Why am here?
The thing that got me on the seeding sheet is the Switzerland flag is a rectangle and not a square.
Hmm.
Definitely need to bring that up with Nerfox. It's not good enough, honestly.
Yeah, it's just not enough. It's not enough.
Well, how are we doing, Bullet? Welcome to the stream. It's been a little while.
It's been a while, yeah. Thanks for inviting me, and hello to chat. Bonjour à tous, buongiorno a tutti. Hello and guten Tag and alle.
Do you want to maybe update people on where you at in terms of Age of Empires 2 community and your role within it?
Well, where am I in Age of Empires 2? At the moment, very busy practicing with the Switzerland A team for the Nations Cup. Well, actually, not that much, but I played some games with them. But I'm not a main player anyway, so that's no problem. And else than that, well, big tournaments are coming up in Switzerland. Elan event, the Locken end of February. Maybe have some potential to win there.
Mm-hmm.
My insanity overall is going strong in AoE2 and AoE4, so overall everything is going pretty well. How about you, Mr. Scottish Man Paradox?
Busy, very busy, just with tournament going on and trying to get all the planning things here and there and things coordinated. It's Nations Cup is a big project to say the least. So been busy and thankfully I'm working like nights at the moment, so I can do quite a lot like during the day instead of like coming home at night time and being too tired to do any old shit, you know. But so I'm in a half decent spot to actually get stuff done and still work at the same time, which is good. Which is good. Cannot
That's good
complain.
indeed.
So for tonight, I didn't manage to get every scene prepared. I woke up today about 2 o'clock, and I spent probably the like last 4 hours trying to get everyone done. I think I got up to 22, no 23, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna finish these." Uh, hashtag ad, and then I got Norway and Italy done, and then there's like another scene for the other ones. So the way we'll do it, I've made my little wheel up. Instead of just going through them all, I think that'd be really boring.
Agreed.
We can spin the wheel and we can let fate decide in which team we'll actually talk about.
Okay, it's only the top 32, right? Or there as well some others?
Only the top 32. I was gonna add an outside 32, and I was like, where?
Scotland?
That I think the outside top 32 is a stream itself, not just like. And there's a potential that actually talking about the top 32 is just two streams. Depends how much you want to waffle and how much I want to waffle, how much input there is from chat. It could be a lot of chat for sure. Big chatting vibes. So what do you think we're gonna get first here in the wheel? I'm gonna go for 7.
I think we're gonna get number 12.
Sound. Oh, get off. Oh, oh, oh,
Well, I've delay. Oh, almost. 14.
oh.
Number 14.
That's is that
Poland.
is that apt or what? 14 on the very first one.
That's kind of an Age of Empires meme, eh?
That's very Age of Empires, Mimi.
Mm.
So Poland first. Good guy says he got it right. I don't know if he typed 14 before or after, but he says he's goated. He's got big copium vibes.
No way. He typed it when it was out. He's lying, man. Come on.
I would say he's lying.
Yeah.
Poland had the show match last weekend against the Germans. Lost 4-1 in it. Despite losing 4-1, I was actually pretty impressed with how they played. I don't know if you got to see any of the games.
Yeah, I think like the thing about Poland is like some other teams have the same problem. They have like one big powerhouse, which is who is Barles in this team,
Hmm.
and all the others are also pretty decent, but just not on the same level, right?
Yeah.
So, and besides now for practicing for the Nations Cup, I don't think those people play that much together overall.
Everyone, well, Jam Jack, El Nino, Jack, and Satoshi have played quite a bit together, so they should have a pretty good synergy between everybody. The issue is kind of like Barrel's fitting in, but he's got like big team game experience anyway, so you would kind of just expect him to add something to the team. The question mark
Mm,
is really kind of Arg, who didn't look in the best of shape in the show match with the
yeah.
Germans at all. He kind of got picked on a
And
little bit and not a
in
big.
all honesty, that's the first time I heard of him. Like since he signed up for the Nations Cup.
Mhm.
Outside of Nations Cup, I never saw him playing. I know Jamchek, I know, but he doesn't look like he's gonna play, at least rating wise.
Yeah. Ark's an interesting one. He's like 2K2 ish, so he's like a decent enough player, but doesn't play a lot of team games, mostly 1v1s. It's
You
certain.
can see that by the team game rating. He's
Yeah.
lower than me.
Which is not good. He looked out of sorts, definitely a fish out of water there. They were missing El Nero on the show match as well, who's 2K3, so could have argued it maybe would have been a 3-2 if he was there, but it would have been certainly beneficial for them to have him. I was really
uh,
impressed with how Satoshi played actually. He
uh,
played BF like a god.
true, true. But now about Poland, what do you think? How far they will get into the tournament?
I think at the very least they'll get last 16, and I think they have potential to go to the quarterfinals.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, top 16 I see as well, but in my opinion, that's probably gonna be peak. But more than that, I just when I scroll through the other teams, I just don't see them get into the top eight.
I
There's
think
so many crazy strong teams.
yeah, they need a good draw. Let me put it that way. They could get someone from in the last 16 one of the weaker group finishers, and that could really benefit them. But if they get someone like France or China, the Finns, I don't really give them any chance. They certainly need a good draw, and I think with some luck they could get there. But I think round to
Yeah, but the
16 is like
potential
a,
is
a reasonable goal.
like technically the top 16 seeded teams should be in the top 16, right? If you go from that, but obviously you will have some upsets and so on, but it's gonna be tough anyway. They will have to play a really tough team to get into the top eight.
I could see them beating Chile. I could see them potentially beating on a good day. Maybe the Vietnamese. And then apart from that, maybe no one else.
Vietnamese, I don't see them beating. Chile, yeah, probably you're right about that. And kind of surprised that they're so high. Because that's mainly because of their team game rating.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good TG factor.
Yeah. Somehow, to me, that's kind of funny. I think England, the current UK team, is stronger than this Chile team. But we can talk about that later on when their teams come on the wheel, actually.
God, don't tell them that. They'll start believing it. Yeah, so we'll see. I think round of 16 and then I think any less, if they went out into the Silver League, I think they would be really disappointed.
Oh well.
Runnings in the chat. Guten Abend, Bulletchen and Mr. Hafas Admin.
Yeah, I agree with running. Freaking how fast, admin. Paradox. You're one of the biggest memes in the community, aren't you?
Not as big as you, mate. So don't
Meh.
come on. Don't be chatting shit when
But
it's not true.
no, let's see. Okay, you're just gonna spin the wheel.
I Number prediction 11.
30.
We don't have a 30, you numpty.
Not.
No.
That's sad. Then 29 or 28. I can't see the numbers on my screen, man. It's so difficult to read.
22. 18. We do have an
18.
18.
Ooh, oh, 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 oh.
Vietnam B? Taiwan.
Oh, Taiwan. That's cool. Yeah.
So Taiwan with well the main players are going to be Cloud, C40, Demon Sheep, Sorkuma. Then you have Prince, Albus, and Dragons in there as well. I think it's mostly going to be taking like a team manager role and helping with the translating, which should make things a lot easier. That's something like you really don't, probably as an organizer, you really don't put too much thought into. It's like having someone and being able to communicate because so much of it's just done in English.
Mm.
So it's important to have someone in that role, which is good.
Well, if we're talking about underdog, I think Taiwan is one of the biggest underdog in the whole top 32 teams, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. I'll be interested to see. I know, like,
You, you never see them really perform on a high level, not in team game tournaments and not in 1v1 tournaments, all those players. I mean, the top guy, who is even the top guy?
Cloud, I would say, or Z40. But I would probably feel more in Cloud.
C40. Yeah, that's C40.
I'd
I
feel
mean,
more inclined to say
Cloud, we
Cloud.
know, Sorakuma, we know as well. Demon Sheep is streaming a lot, but they all play a lot, and kind of are stuck on their level, right?
Yeah, yeah, and they're all the same level as well. So I guess we'll see. You know, they do play a lot of team games together. They entered the last Nomad tournament, got to the finals, which I think surprised some people. But the Nomad community in Taiwan is insane. It's probably the biggest Nomad community in
Yeah,
the world.
yeah. General, the Asian community is very active on Nomad.
Yeah, yeah. But
Also, the best map.
no previous
Hey,
Nations Cup records. We don't really have an expectation for them at all.
nah, I'm already proud of them if they manage to hit top 32. Besides them being seed 18th, but I still think that seed is too high for them. It seems
So they're
like if I
they're,
check the other teams,
they're seeded too high, but they're big underdogs.
yeah, kind of funny, isn't it?
It's a bit of a contrast, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It is.
If you're
It's
gonna
just the same problem with the other team we checked. It's there's so many strong teams like Poland and Taiwan. It's the same kind of. I don't know, man. But Poland, you can argue. Well, they have Barles. They have a real powerhouse, and Taiwan doesn't really have that, right? So
No, not at
has
all.
to come to really, yeah, they have to perform really well as a team and have great team chemistry.
And I guess a lot of that's going to come down to prep, how many practice games you're getting in, using the draft settings, and
Yeah, but in this Nations Cup, tell me if I'm wrong, but there are no like really weird maps people or teams could just prepare to cheese out a win, right?
not particularly. I'm pretty happy with the map pool that we've got at the moment. The qualifier map pool is going to be slightly different. We've got 9 maps in at the moment, and then we will be adding some player voted maps for the main event. So we've put a bit of trust into players here to suggest some good maps, and we'll kind of have like a short list put up, and then a couple more, maybe 4 more maps will get voted in. So who knows? Who knows what
Great,
they'll be? I'm
great
giving
point by running.
for us
Please
nothing
no.
in the pool. There might be something
Oh,
very similar that's getting some votes, but my god,
please no.
good guy thinks
Better than
Two
most
Rivers.
suggestions will be. Nah, man.
Two Rivers is a
Just
bit off meta, says good guy. That was I wasn't around. This was a suggestion. We're getting some 4 Lake suggestions from some players about the original map pool, and to me, it's a little bit. It doesn't really excite me in team game format. So we looked for another
Nah,
hybrid, and then we got Two
I,
Rivers, which is from War is Coming, I believe, if you
I'm,
remember.
ho- I'm really hoping for Migration. Migration is such a great team game map, in my opinion, but people apparently don't like it because there's too much water.
That was something else that was said, but we had Team Islands there already. So
Yeah, but I think Migration is better than Team Islands.
um
You need much better. In my opinion, you need better team chemistry for Migration than Team Islands.
I kind of
I think
enjoy.
Team Islands is very straightforward.
Yeah, but I enjoy Team Islands. I enjoy the chaos of it.
Fair enough.
Like I like loading into 4v4 Team Islands, knowing the fact that there's going to be someone landing in Dark Age and like causing shenanigans. It's not like it's not like a normal Islands game with just like full boats. I think like just water play in general has such a bad reputation in the Age community.
Okay. So, what do you think Taiwan will finish? Which place?
I think they'll go out in the groups.
Yep. Agreed.
I think they'll go out in the groups, and then they would be
Yep.
going into Silver League.
Yeps. Okay. Wanna spin the wheel again?
Let's do it. And then for those who don't know, the Silver League is going to be like a combination of the bottom 16 of the gold, and then there'd be like an initial Silver League bracket, and the top 16 will then join up together to make another 32. So that'll be interesting. Depending on the elo distribution, of course, and how prepared some teams are going to be. They might be in for some tough games. 7, 22.
Germans have everything besides a good humor. 22 this?
22 it is.
China. China
China
number
B.
which? China B. Okay.
And it's a big, big squad.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big squad. 9 players in
Uh,
total.
yeah, and that's the thing, right? This China team, in my opinion, is stronger than Poland and also stronger than Taiwan because the Chinese player they play so many team games in custom lobby. They're just used to play together.
Yeah.
It's a really strong roster.
So we have Bad Koala, Ming, Stray Dog, Duwidi, bit of a Nomad Specialist, Xiaojing, Dragon Beal, Autumn Jibbatong, and iBuy Power. It's a very, very solid team. My main concern with the China B team is I see them playing lobby games, but I don't see them playing much more than Arabia and Nomad, so they might take a little while to get into it in terms of actually preparing stuff and getting used to the maps, because there is maps that have not been seen before, so might be a little bit off. Golden Lakes could be one, of course. Two Rivers being another. So for me, well, they're kind of a wait and see, but I do have kind of high hopes for them.
Yeah. That surprised me a lot that they're only seat 22, but that's because of their team game rating,
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
and same thing for the A squad as well. They just don't play enough ladder to boost it. Some
Yeah, true.
some teams have taken it really serious the last month. We gave pretty much 4 weeks in advance for teams to like really like bat around and try and boost their rating.
UK and French were crazy, or France.
Yeah, UK started
Germans as
off
well.
like amazing because they were already there.
Yeah.
But the French and the Finns have especially have just like taken it to another level. There's like so many teams now or players around like 2K team game elo, was not which was not that common. This team could very well upset a top team. I can see this team beating some teams in the top 8.
Yeah, I see them in the top 8, honestly. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if they only hit the top 16, but I think they have the skill and the team chemistry to go further than that. But further than top 8, I don't see them. Like, I
Hmm.
don't think they can hit the semifinals.
Yeah, I think in the best of world, like quarterfinals would be something really good for them to aim for, and that wouldn't be a bad result at all.
Yeah.
And I guess they'll just need to kind of find out of who's going to be playing where. I don't really see Duedi play like he has like a reputation for being a Nomad specialist and other things, and Chipatong's obviously amazing on Nomad as well. And Ming's a really good team game player. We'll see. We'll see. They're firmly a one to watch, I believe.
Uh,
Anything else in China B?
no, nothing to add.
C22. It's insane, really.
Yeah, so much skill on C22. It's
Yeah.
we were talking in the Swiss team like if it's possible for us to get in the main event in top 32. And we were like, yeah, maybe, but now when I'm checking, the team's no chance, man.
Yeah. I mean, the actual depth of teams these days is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like if you, I think the other Nations Cups, the group stages only had 16 teams, if I'm correct. I can't fully remember, but I think we're kind of close to being on the cusp of having like 32 very competitive teams. We're probably around, I think in the reality, we're probably around that 24 or 25 kind of region. All we need is like five more teams in this format, and I think it'd be really deep. What number are we
Let's
going to
see.
go for next?
Number 10.
Who's the best Swiss player at the moment? Who would you say, Bill? Is it just going to be TRM? Seven.
No, I think
Ooh,
Up and Halt and Painkiller are better.
Leary. uh, Adam's not the brightest,
They
is he?
just don't play Up and Halt and Painkiller don't really play 1v1s, but they would easily probably they would both easily hit 2k plus in 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
And
Turkey
TRM
next.
is not very skilled in team games, but yeah.
Yeah. He's an Arabia fiend, isn't he?
Yeah, and also a rage kit, which doesn't help.
Have you been practicing with him?
I didn't practice with him yet with TRM, but the others did. But I also didn't have that much time. Anyway, I'm just a joker if it comes to like hybrid and water maps. I mean, on Arabia with much better players than me. Man. I mean, I'm rusty and I suck.
Yeah. You're just going to be a god and nomad bullet. Don't worry about it.
Well,
You're going to spam galleys and one.
yeah. And then I'm gonna jerk off and like, oh, I beat this 2K.
You've never done that before, have you?
No, never.
So we have Turkey at 13. Unlucky for some. Dr. Cosmonaut, Yax, Betnia, Ronatovi, Cyclops, Umat, and kind of surprisingly we get Kazvi here, who's been having should we say, a sabbatical in Age of Empires 4, but has been a bit more active in the last month or so, 2 months.
Yeah, he's been kind of back. I'm not sure what his thoughts are right now about Age of Empires 4, but I didn't see him really playing Age of Empires 4, and it seems like he's fully focused, at least now for the Nations Cup. So yeah, and the cast was also pretty high rated again. I think at the moment is almost 2k4, which is not bad. So yeah. Just not sure about the team chemistry. And also, I wonder if Ertug is going to play Kappa.
God, could you imagine? I think he's playing again.
Really?
I'm
Oh my
pretty sure
god.
he's playing again.
Wish he would just leave, man. Finally. The whole community
I think
would not be missed.
I think he was getting flagged in Spec Dashboard last week, if I remember right. I could be wrong,
Hmm.
but I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how Kazva kind of fits in. I don't really know like the terms of like why he's stopped playing Age of Empires 4. I don't know if you like was like the results not going his way towards the end there,
It's
or
just you have to see Casper is grinding a lot, many games, and puts a lot of effort into tournaments, right? But Danny always, I mean, it was the same at Red Bull. He practiced really hard, and then he still lost in the first round, I think, at Heidelberg. Yeah, the double loss there.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he got out in top 16 there.
It seemed
So
like that's still something to build on, though, right? I mean, just getting to like Heidelberg's like a massive success.
I
I
agree,
I was just surprised. I was really surprised to see him
but
back in the Elite Two.
yeah, I think it's also about money. More tournaments are coming up right now in Age of Empires 2 compared to Age of Empires 4, but I think there will also be some stuff announced. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's just playing both games at the moment. I'm trying to get some of the cuts on both sides. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure, but yeah, time will tell.
Yeah, but the rest of them play quite a lot of team games together, and obviously spam 1v1s in the ladder, and that's why they've got a decent seed and why they're at number 13. But I think
But the
realistically,
maximum top 16
if they if they
probably gonna
get
go out before.
yeah, if they get a good draw in the groups, let's say if they get it looks like they're going to be a pot B team. If they get a lower rated pot C team, I think they should be okay to get top 16. But if they get someone like a China B or like a Taiwan, I could maybe even see them not progressing from groups.
Mm.
It's all going to depend on the draw. I can't wait for the main event draw.
Yeah, crazy. Spin the wheel.
The
Next.
wheel. T West is in
Yeah.
chat as well. Is
Do
a,
a wheelie. Do a wheelie.
a wheelie. I can't actually do wheelies on my bike, but
You can? What
cannot.
the hell? And I thought okay. You are a boomer, right?
I've got a road bike, so that's very bimmer like.
Ah, okay.
19.
19. Okay. What
Vietnam
is
B.
this? Ooh. Those are so. I don't know anyone. I know Hope, like from the ladder, but everyone else have no clue.
Mm-hmm. Like they're like it's a huge squad, and like a few of the names I know, like Boa, Hope, Wiki, and like they're just like they're just big, massive team game fiends. They play so many, but it's like surprising because like Vietnam would usually have like two squads that are pretty deep of like probably names that you know of, and then like this team is like I've just got no idea.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know where to put them. I have no clue, man. Really, I never saw them play together. I didn't saw really any 1v1s by them. So I that's a dark horse, I would call it. Maybe
Yeah,
they perform pretty well and surprise everyone, but probably not.
I think probably not. I think they'll go out in groups, and I think they'll do well in the Silver League. I
So
can
how does this work, by the way? Can everyone play in the Silver League from the Gold League or from the
no,
main
so
stage?
everyone is going to get eliminated from the group stage, and the gold is then going to drop into the knockout stage of the silver.
I see.
So it's going to be
Okay.
like a combination of both. So the 16 best teams from the initial 32 or whatever it is, I think it's 28 actually, and the silver,
Mhm.
they'll progress, and then the ones from the gold will drop down. They get knocked out of the groups.
See.
T West is still hoping for ACCM, Back D, and Huang team.
Oh God, please no.
You might be hoping for a while, right?
Yeah, I don't think those guys are gonna play with Huang.
Could you
I
imagine?
don't think anyone play wants to play with him.
Shared exploration, though. Huang flank.
Oh God.
That
These meme strategies don't even work in team games, right?
you
Or
just
it would really surprise me if they work.
you would just lame everyone. He could like if he could like take on like a Lex role in douche and lame.
Mm.
Why not?
Yeah, let's see.
Let's spin the wheel, Lily.
Yeah. I'm also always for spinning the wheel. I'm really into it.
I'm gonna say 10.
Again, I already said 10.
It's a different spin.
Okay. I see. Okay, what is the number?
You gotta guess now.
17.
Ooh, I was one off. It was 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Russia. Oh, ho, ho.
Dor dor dor.
Well, talking about the dark horse, I don't know, man. Russia is in the top 10, but besides, like, Winchester, obviously, one of the strongest players ever, then Dark, the young shining star who is still improving and hasn't reached his peak yet. Repert, also kind of consistent, but besides that, Good Game and Warrior are not really that good.
No, I can honestly see them easily going out in the group stages. I'm not overly convinced. I've watched a few of the ladder games now, and yeah, I wasn't overly impressed. Like Finch is just like a really good 1v1 player. Warrior in a good game, I don't think are amazing, and Repard's like a bit of a maverick. And then like Dark, again, like a really big 1v1 player that would really have to work uh on our synergy.
Mm. Yeah, I honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they don't even make it into top 16
Yeah, yeah,
because it's 4v4.
I can see them going out in the group stages.
Yeah, because they're missing that one talent that makes the squad complete. I feel like.
Yeah, I think in 4v4 there's a lot to be said of having like two really good players that can kind of carry things, but you're kind of pushing your luck
Yeah.
with only one. It's a lot more challenging.
Yeah. Also, I'm wondering about their team chemistry. Like, they're a bunch of old guys and young guys, right? Well, Winchester's kind of young too.
Vinchester's young.
Warrior's old, I
I
think.
think
Good
he's
Game is old too.
I think he's like our age warrior, but I think maybe a little bit older.
Yeah, super old. That's what I just said.
And then
Also a boomer.
yeah, yeah. And then Repard he is older, right? He's like been around for a while.
Warrior's like 35, very young.
Adam, man. I don't even want to know how old Adam is. He's got the mental age of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. Well, my mental age is 8-year-old, so I mean.
I'm 35
Well,
myself. Oh god. Adam is one of the
oof.
few people that get banned from the spec dashboard verified chat.
I see.
That's impressive to get banned from there.
Yeah. So we both agree that Russia will probably go out in the groups,
I can
or
see
at
it.
least we wouldn't be surprised if they go out in the groups.
I can honestly see it despite being seeded ninth, which isn't like they're actually on the cusp of being top 8. That's the wild thing.
Yeah, they might just get into it because of the seed.
Yeah, and then that can make things a lot easier for you.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. I think we stick to our guns here and say they're going to go out in the group stages, and then before you know it, they're going to be like in the semi-finals.
Mhm. Okay, it's time to spin the wheel again.
The wheel.
The wheel.
I'm going to say number 1.
You cut out number 1. No, it's number 2. I can smell it. Pretty sure. Is it just me or is your internet shit, Paradox?
Bit of both. I think going between like all the tabs here is like messing up your cam. You're like freezing for a few seconds here and there.
Well, I'm kind of the messy guy. Is it number 12?
It
Did I
is
see
number
that correctly?
12. It is number 12.
Oh, Mexico, A.
Hmm.
Well. That's also surprising. Like they've really decent players and good players. Kingstone, the new shining star for Mexico, he showed off at Heidelberg as well, qualifying for the event. Then you have a well-known name, Mr. Uzi. Uzi, yeah, well, he's a decent player, but struggles to perform in tournaments overall.
On a big stage for sure.
He has a very high team game rating, but that doesn't mean too much, honestly.
They kind
So
of all do. They're
they really do a high. So they've probably practiced a lot together. So yeah, I
yeah.
mean,
Well, they're all combi players, so they should have a lot of experience, like just communicating with each other and having a good
mm,
idea of what their strengths are and there's certain play styles and how they maybe want to approach maps, which I think you know, they've maybe got a little bit of a head start on other teams. They've played two show matches now. They beat Spain very convincingly, and then who were they playing the other night? Argentina B, and it was meant to be a play all seven, and then they were up 5-0, and they didn't play the last two games.
yeah. Also, I really don't know too well Mr. Lobo de la Nieve and Mr. I can't even pronounce his names. And then the Mariak. Those three names, I don't even know them.
I just say Mr. Oso. He was a new one for me. Lobo is a pretty good player as well. He's around 2K2. I think he's peaked at like 2K3, so certainly capable.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Oso is around about 2K level, and the same with the Mariak as well. He's around about that level.
Well, again, definitely top 16 material, but I don't think they make the cut to get into the top 8.
Yeah,
Would surprise me.
I would agree. They would need a good draw.
Mm.
Mariachi, says Adam. I
Mariachi.
guess we can believe Adam on this.
No, he's Adam is American. I never believe Americans. They always lie.
Adam can decide what he wants to be every day when he wakes up. He can say he's going to be American, he's going to be Mexican, depending on his mood. Whichever one's got bad press that day, you can just pick the opposite.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the
Time.
wheel. 7 for me.
7. Okay.
20.
6. 20. Oy, oy, oy.
What?
Oh, Czech Republic.
Oh God, here we go.
Well, Czech Republic has the wrong seating, by the way, because they shouldn't be number 20. They should be number 1. Because they have Yannick. And Yannick, everyone knows that, is the best player.
So,
I have nothing to add to this.
well, maybe get like for me, I was not around when Yannick was playing, so maybe give us a little bit more context about Yannick and what he
Man,
brings to a Czech team.
I think I fell in love with his Master of Islands performance because he played so well. His Galley micro was from another world or another dimension, and he just outplayed so many high-rated players. The killer in the end was, I think it was Fire or Tattoo, one of those. But yeah, he's just overall very cool player. Sadly, he never really started playing on DE, so he's not going to perform well, and I don't think he will even play.
Hmm. I mean, he's
That
not.
would surprise me.
Yeah, he's not even been around, right? So to me, it's a big surprise. He's one of these players that have just came out the woodwork for Nations Cup, and that's really the weight the name holds. You know, like there's so many players that have just came out of like retirement, semi-retirement to
Yeah.
either practice, contribute in some way. And the question is like how much they are actually going to play, and if they can actually, they can actually do the business when it comes to playing games, which is that's a whole different challenge.
Mm. Well, they need Loja, but Loja's not around anymore, so.
Uh,
But I think They
The rest of the
also
team's
have
good.
two really. They have two new, kind of new great talents, and that's Somero and Dratek, and
They're both
they
good
they are
players.
performing well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that we don't see Dracont.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
Why not?
Well, this Czech team is very much like a group of friends. And Dracont's not really actively involved in that group.
Oh,
So
he's no friend. He's with the Czech people.
yeah,
I think last Nations Cup he then just decided to play with the B team, if I remember correctly.
I mean that wouldn't surprise me. There's loads of those stories about, right? Like there's so
I'm,
many of these
I'm pretty
stories
sure.
about people going, "Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to play with the A team. I'll just go and play with the B team," because there's
Yeah.
like,
But it changed a lot about his personality, I think. Like he was in the past, he was not that likable, I would say, but currently, what you read from him when you see him playing, he seems to be a pretty decent guy. Oh, you cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
I'm just laughing.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm literally just laughing.
I'm just reading towards this. Now he hasn't changed a bit.
Did
I
you
see.
did you not see what happened in the middle of the week with Terror for John Slow?
No.
They had like
What happened?
they had like a massive spat on a ladder game, and like he's now left like CL. He was going on a big rager.
Nice. I
So
remember the times on Woobly playing against him on the islands. And he's always like, shit map, shit map. Why don't you resign shit map? And in the end, I won the game, and he was like, I would have won, but you just kept on playing. That's why you won. Good
God,
times. I still remember this. That's like 5 or 6 years ago.
yeah, yeah. It's funny how like that sticks in your brain. I think
Yeah, it's just some funny moments.
honestly, it's a shame he's not going to be like a part of it because I think he would offer something to the team.
100%.
So that's the only thing when we have these situations. For me, it's just I'd be happy for that person to be more involved, you know. And it just
Yeah,
sucks.
agreed.
It just kind of sucks that people can't put any of like whatever it is to bed and move on, or not willing to make that kind of step. But
Yeah,
that's
it's,
life.
yeah.
That is life.
But the people decide with who they want to play, so
Yep.
whatever.
Sure.
Well, they're probably not even gonna.
I don't know.
I don't think they can reach the top 16, can they? I don't think so, no.
I think they need a good draw. We keep saying a lot of these teams are going to be in like the 9 to 16 region, or maybe overrated. And I think there is quite a lot of crossover. It just I think it's gonna depend on the draw. They could get a bad one, or they could get a good one. I think they
Yeah,
could
but
potentially do it.
Skull and Pren are just no top 16 material, I think.
Yeah, I don't see Pren. I want to see really see Pren playing Nomad and maybe some of the hybrid maps. But I think Samero, Skull, and Dratic, and I think I should be the ones that play the majority of the games.
Yeah. I mean, if there's islands and Yannick plays, then they will win. Then
But
they will get number one.
so what role would Yannick play in a Team Islands game? Just like sick water
Super,
play?
super carry. Super carry. Just
S-
gonna kill everyone. Easy.
Spam demos and win. Easy.
Yeah. Just out micros everyone on water. He needs one galley and out micros 100 of them. Easy.
Easy. Easy clap.
Easy. Easy.
7 for me. Let's see what we're gonna get. 26. Ooh
Um,
boy. Oh really boy.
26. Ooh, now we go down in the dump. Oh, it's
Mm.
going down in the dumpster, and it's Norway.
Down in a dumpster. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about like, look, now you have a team that seats 26, but are 99%. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna reach top 16. It would surprise me if not.
Yeah, I mean,
Big time.
the reason why the Norwegians are down at 26 is because they don't give a fucking monkeys about the team game meal at all. They just don't. They do not care. And from whatever I've heard from like Viper and Stream, is like we'll just we'll face whoever it is and we'll probably win anyway. So, like they're honestly not bothered who they face at all.
Mm.
But if a team like Viper, NBL, Keller, there's a third, is capable for sure, especially in the closed maps. Like the big question is,
Who's the
getting a
fourth
who's
player?
who's going to be the fourth, and like finding maybe a certain spot on like different maps for that one player to like come in and play instead of like. I think for me, if I was like the captain of the team, that's what I'd be trying to do is like Buddy Tor, Axe Minotaur, and Vivi. I'd be trying to like find them a spot in a certain map where they can like really hone in on.
Mm.
Buddy's decent though. Buddy's been away for quite a while. He's in CL as well, but I think he's around 1800 level, but should be pretty decent in closed maps. And I think you could make an
Yeah, but I
argument.
don't think he brings the level to the table. Against a 2K, he will just die, right?
Mm,
On most maps.
yeah, I think it depends which. I think it depends what role you're gonna give him. He didn't look out of his place on the arena game against France and the Black Forest game. He did do well.
True.
I think he could play a pocket role in Two Rivers because generally the pockets are a lot safer. But they'll need to do some working out of who's going to play where and whatnot. I was quite surprised in their show match against France and like who was kind of like lining up in certain positions and strategies they were going for. But they'll be testing things out.
Like mischief not manage. That's a great point. Team Norway is Viper MPL fighting Keller trying to pacify fourth player being afraid of MPL. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Any team that has Keller trying to pacify everything is probably doomed to fail, right? It's good luck.
No gluttony, indeed. That's kind of
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
He also was like 1800, 1900, right?
It's not a name I've seen in a
I
while.
think he I think he peaked at 1900.
It's not a name I've seen for a long time.
Yeah.
And I believe like the other names like Tor, Axe Minotaur, and Vivi are I believe they're names that go back quite a while, but they're like 1900-ish. Where do you think they're going to peak out in the tournament? I think that's a golden question when it comes to Norway.
I mean, they have the potential to go into top 8 for sure, but it really depends if they will prepare stuff together, and also if they can carry the fourth player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's such a freaking random team, man. It's just so funny. There's no. When you check all the teams, they're kind of on the same level, right? And then you have Norway. You have two stars. Then you have like a random 2K in it, and then you have a bunch of more randoms around 1900 and 1800.
Yeah, there's certainly a big range within the team,
100%.
which can make
Yeah.
things quite challenging to deal with. I think there's a lot of pressure on that fourth player coming in, like playing with NBL and Viper.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting for them to like try and lessen any pressure. Because I know if I was 1900 and like going in with those two and Keller as well, like your mindset probably as that fourth player is. If I fuck up here, we're probably gonna lose the game, and I'm a little bit out of my depth.
For, for me, it's always I like playing with high rated players because I'm like I always I don't really matter in this game. I pretty much can do what I want and I just have to not die and everything else is fine.
Hmm.
I think you're not under and when you like the best guy in the team, then you're under pressure because you know you have to perform. You have to outperform the other team.
Yeah, and that's another way you can really phrase it, right? It kind of just depends on your maybe your perspective and confidence level at that time.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair point.
they'll be very interesting one to watch and for people to keep an eye on. For obviously just the reasons of the two big names, two of the
Yeah.
best ever.
Good. Time to spin the wheel.
The wheel, the wheel, the wheel.
Yeah, do a wheelie, man. Do a wheelie.
Number 1, please. Number 11. Ha ha ha.
Number 11.
It's the Yanks.
Oh my god, big yikes. America. Well, it's USA. Now, to be fair, they never have been as strong as right now. So there's certainly potential for them, but overall, I just don't think they have great team chemistry. And what's also funny is that the top 4 1v1 players are lower rated in team games than the other 4.
Super polarizing, right? There's like just a complete contrast there. You have 4v1v1 players, 4 team game players, and they're both contributing to their their seed in completely different manners. There's usually crossover in the teams, but it's like 4 1v1, 4 team game. It's just
We're missing metal.
oh god.
True.
TOS is on some serious copium.
I mean, yeah. I already looking for. I would love to have a listening in into the USA team while playing because Daniel can be really salty. T90, well, it's just T90. Then you have Flu, can be ragey as well. Scotty and Bloodless can be ragey as well. Scotty, I don't know him too well, but yeah, it's definitely uh it's a roster I'm looking forward to play or
Yeah.
to see playing. I mean,
I was really surprised looking at the previous Nations Cups and like seeing like them in round of 16 and even getting to groups in 17 as well. It's like they're actually consistently at the main event and getting to knockout stage, which to me was a bit of a surprise.
yeah.
Missing the Irish brothers. Yeah, Fenor he's actually signed up with the Ireland team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big surprise.
True. Is he even allowed to do that? Because last Nations Cup he played for America.
Yeah, our rules. We thought last Nations Cup was probably a bit too far to go back 6 years, so we didn't really want to use that as a measuring stick, so to speak. A lot has happened in that time. So our measuring stick was generally the AOE Olympics and the 2v2 World Cup, kind of. And then there was a little bit of consideration of how active maybe you are within a community and how much you're really participating in events there, so we could get some clear decisions. But yeah,
See?
we'll see how the Yanks do.
Yeah, I don't think they get into top 16, to be honest. Like they have the potential, but it would surprise me if they get into the even they're such a high seed, but
And like that's the thing. We're coming back to like a lot of these teams in Pot B, like the 9 to 16 kind of region.
yeah.
It just feels like they might be slightly overrated. Um, but they're, like not just the US, but multiple teams in that kind of region. So it'll be interesting to see where they get a group and if they can make the most of it.
Yeah, maximum top 16, but more is not possible for them.
Yeah, I would 100% agree on that. I think that's a very reasonable take. Who is in USA B? USA B will be Locke's team. So
We're not allowed to talk about USMB because we have to ask the wheel. The wheel decides who we're gonna talk about.
oh, for fuck's sake. Give me 7. I've been
Well,
asking
Big
for it.
Tuna, actually name a no in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's actually there. We're
Oh, by the
USAF.
way,
We'll
don't
decide.
forget, great bottle. If you're player for Mind Sanity, you get one of these bottles as well, by the way. Just saying.
It was 5, right?
What?
It was 5.
5 what?
It was number 5. Number 5, the wheel. Dum
Oh,
dum.
the wheel! You're talking about the wheel. I was like, what are you talking? Number 5, number 5. Nah,
You're
that
too
makes sense.
you're too busy selling out MYI.
Yeah, I am, of course.
Fuck me.
Oh, Brazil. The team that got invited and that got out invited because the admins are a bunch of poor losers.
I mean that's not what happened. There's a lot of
I know.
there's a lot of context missing in that.
Yeah. Well, strong team overall, but I just think that team is just a bunch of grandpa boomers who still play this really ass old game.
I'm
So
kind of interested to see what they'll do. Obviously, the B team won the last edition, but there's certainly a standard there for Brazil performing really high. If you look at their last three editions, they're like the worst, the very worst. Like their A and B teams finished sixth, which is actually really impressive. Like just how consistent they've been over the years. Obviously, 2017 is like 6 years ago. That's a long time ago, and those other three editions were over like a
yeah.
3 year span.
Yeah, but that Brazil team, it's such an inconsistent team. I mean, Goku's just he will never perform as good as Mbuble times, and you can see that on his 1v1 rating right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fire also peaked in the past and looks like it's just going down from there. I think he also dropped from the Platinum League into the Gold League and is struggling there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have Miguel, who's really strong in team games, and Dogao, obviously the all-star in that team. Dogao, yeah, he can carry a team. He can perform really well, but overall, this those four guys are a bunch of veteran players. So
Yeah, I was really surprised when I was seeing Fire's 1v1 rating last week. It was down to like 2K2, I think. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Like I remember him being like 2K4 like
yeah,
not that long ago when and all
yeah,
the
he
other
was one of the top eight back in the past, right? In 1v1, and he's like top 32 or top 64 around that.
yeah, I would oh, I'd probably lean towards like 64. Like that's probably top 64s as hunting ground now. But when like the top of the ladder's now like at 2K7 and now he's like at 2K2, I was like it was a surprise to me.
Yeah. Because of the seeding, I give them. I can see them making it to the top eight, but if I look at it realistically, then I think it's gonna end in top 16 already for them.
I think quarterfinals still.
Top eight.
Yeah. I think top eight.
The top eight is it's possible for them, but I think they might go out before.
I think they've improved their team after Brew and Fiage got the boot. They've got Fire and Goku. As far as I'm aware, the Fiage and Brew just didn't have time to practice, so they just decided to split ways in that, and they've kind of like joined the two teams up together. I think it is an improvement in all honesty. And if they just continue to work on it, I know they've been playing a lot of ladder games trying to get their seed up. If they do get into the top four, they would get their invite back because it'd be in one of the top four seeded teams, and all of them are going to get an invite to the main event. So I think there will be a little bit of a grind, and I could see them leapfrogging Argentina.
Okay, fair enough.
But then again, I don't necessarily think getting an invite is the best thing if you're going into qualifiers and you get all that game experience. You still need to keep sharp. So there's different ways. You kind of see in main events teams that or players that end up getting invited or playing a little bit of catch up.
All right.
So what are you gonna tap out at round of 16? You think?
Yeah, I think so. I really like they might hit top eight, but currently I just see too many stronger teams than them,
Hmm.
honestly.
Man, I mean I think they would be really disappointed to only get round to 16. Like they're
Yeah,
really
well, fair,
disappointed.
but yeah, I just feel like they're really old, probably don't have the time to put in a lot of practice, and yeah, they just Those are all players that already have peaked, besides Doga, who's showing off on again. I mean, Doga's definitely the all-star in that team and has the potential to show off once again, but especially together with Miguel. But besides that, it's 4v4, right?
Yeah.
There are two players that have a big question mark, and that's Fire and Goku, in my opinion. But if now Fire and Goku pretty well, or perform pretty well, then I see them in the top 8.
Yeah, what I seen them playing team games the other day, and it was Miguel flank, Goku's pocket, Dogal pocket, and Fire flank, and that was on Arabia, which I found quite interesting because as far as I'm aware, Miguel is more of a typical pocket player, if I remember correctly. But I'll be interested to see how they kind of line up. You want to play to people's strengths, of course, and cover up their weaknesses.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah.
They'll just be experimenting, of course.
Okay. Time for the wheel.
Looks like 8. Ooh.
Number 8.
If I remember right, this should be China.
China, yeah.
China A.
Well, China. Honestly, seed 8. What? They should be like in the top 4, but
All comes back to the team game factor.
yeah. I mean, yo, amazing player. Vivi can do some really crazy stuff, and Emma's pretty good. Actually, I'm surprised by the roster here.
I mean, I think they're only rolling with 4. To me, is a big surprise. Like
Is Emma Tim, by the way?
Emma,
And the other
EMA is Lex.
Oh, it's Lix.
That's
Then the other
Lex.
guy is Tim, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So Tim has been,
No Paladin then. No
yeah,
Paladin.
he's not out of retirement. Tim looks like he is.
Yep.
I think running with 4 is honestly really difficult, and it's a bit strange to me when your B team has got like 9 players in it. In all honesty, to me that's really surprising.
Yeah, Tim is a weird addition indeed. Agreed, Tarsus. But still, I I can see them in the top 4.
I think the
Um,
pedigree of Yule and Lex for sure. Just carrying bosses until you. Vivi as well if he's on his game, but then Tim is the question mark if he's gonna have the required standard.
yeah, what is his current rating? He's actually almost 2k4. Well, of course, it's just ladder rating, and that's not that important, but it still shows that you kinda somewhat in shape currently, I would
Mm-hmm.
argue.
Yeah. Well, they'll have big expectations. There's no doubt about it. Winning 14, winning 15. The SY squad in 2017 did actually come behind Frantic in the end, which was a bit of a surprise. So see if they'll be back with a vengeance. I know they won't want to finish below the B team again.
Yeah. I say China A definitely top 8, maybe even top 4. What are your thoughts?
I would say that's a safe bet, right? I'm not really willing to go out on a whim and say they'll win it or get to the final, but I think safe bet is quarterfinal, semi-final, all things going well.
Mm-hmm.
What
What we
position?
give to China B? China B, we gave not
Big upset potential. That's what we gave them.
yeah. We said that they have the potential for top 8, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think like we said, top 16's like a likely
It's a must for
scenario.
them, and probably even top 8. Yeah.
Yeah, we will see. The China
See,
teams
indeed.
have some big question marks. Not seeing a lot of practice within them, so
Well, they are practicing custom lobbies, right, against the China teams. So
just spamming Arabia, man. And like these fast builds, these baguette builds, there's not a lot of maps are actually too applicable on. So they will need to branch out a little bit more. but lots of time until the main event. Back to the wheel. Let's go.
Yeah,
Give me number
we
7.
are the wheel. We are the wheel people. We are the wheel people.
Ooh, other top 32. So we've got like 5 teams here. I think maybe a little bit more we can go through. These are my teams. I decided that one, I didn't have time for today, and two, probably a little bit less to talk about anyway, but we can probably spend the best part of like 10 minutes going through the teams.
Not talking. Where's Switzerland?
Bro, you're not even close to top 32. Come on.
Hey, we in my heart we are top 30. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So Finland E, seeded down at 24. I actually got a very solid team. Got Molly Sacco, Ant-Man, Sunset, Amalius, and Upe.
Yeah, well, Yupe is a freaking meme, so
But they've
the
been training a lot.
other guys I know. Sorry.
They've been training a lot. They've actually been practicing quite a fair bit.
Fair enough. But yeah, I don't see them get out of groups.
No, I don't either. I think the best result they could probably hope for is getting a third place in the groups. But still a solid
So
team.
who's next?
India have a big squad, 8 players here, led by Dragonstar. And then they've got like an interesting composition where you have Dragonstar as like 2K4, 2K5, whatever he's been, and then like a load of like players in between. It's a very interesting squad in terms of the
Yeah, it depends
composition.
how much with a lot of practice, I could see those guys get into the top 16, but not more than that.
Yeah, and I don't think Dragonstar is as good of a carry as maybe some people think he is.
I
But
could probably will not get out of groups, but if they practice a lot, I could see them
yeah,
somehow making the run. But it
yeah,
also really depends with the seedings, right? Who are they up against and so on.
they've
So
all
it always depends.
they've also got like a really awkward time that they play in terms of time zones. So like finding if they do like proper like drafting and whatever, like finding practice partners could be a little bit awkward. But
Yeah.
they'd likely have to find some teams from Asia. We'll see. Sweden at 27.
Depends if Slugdown plays. When Slugdown plays, they will qualify and get top 8. Without Slugdown, they will not even make groups. It's all about Slugdown. That's my take on Sweden.
Is this like an older player, like going back like loads of times?
Yeah. Is also one of the OGs from HD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then Spaden, is it? How would you say it?
Yeah, Spaden well, how old is Spaden now? He's probably turning now soon 50. No, he's probably like 34 or something like that. Also one of the OGs from the Woobly times.
And
But yeah,
he was a Nadia's boy as well, if I remember
yeah,
correct.
he was or
Yeah.
he is.
So they've got a good team, of course, spearheaded by Ganji, one of the best, arguably one of the best team game players
Okay,
in
what's
DE.
what's really funny is Sleepy Sweet with his team game rating of 1912, but 1v1
1400.
1476.
I know, it's
How
so.
is this? How many games does he have in 1v1? Let me check. I'm actually curious because I know Sleepy Sweet, so let me check. I didn't even play
We all
currently
we also have the
1v1s.
fake bullet in Sweden as well.
Well, that bullet would tell me that I'm the fake, but yeah,
Just go with what I
because
said.
he's yeah, it's like I think he's around since 2011, and I'm around like since 2013. So yeah.
Huh. Well, we have a show match sorted for them on Saturday. We're just gonna have a quick run through of the maps on that day. We've got some version numbers now. Hopefully, we don't have any out of sync issues, and that'll be a check up in that. And they're actually gonna be facing off Finland B, so a bit of a grudge match this weekend at 15 GMT. I know they're keen to play each other.
That's good.
There's a request from Rubenstock. He's wanting some popcorn.
Mr. Rubenstock.
Mexico B next. It's Kano and crew. I know probably not going to be the most popular team in the tournament, but from what I've been told, have behaved themselves in previous of Hues, so they've been granted the conditional entry. Any sign of wrongdoing, they'll be gone.
Yeah, well, Mexico B team, they will not make the cut.
No, and I think there's probably a chance they don't even make the main event.
True. You have to be seed in a top 32 seats, right?
Yeah, you have to be top 32. So these teams down at the bottom are right on the cusp. Right on the cusp.
And not more to say about Mexico B, in my opinion. Wanna
No.
move over to Netherlands?
Netherlands has got Salted. Dark Praise is back. We've got
No Glocken. No Glocken.
We do have AJ though.
Yeah,
Do have
well.
AJ. Roger, Ace by Golden Acid. And two kind of weird ones to finish Moonfaller and Strode.
I don't know about that team, man. So many 2Ks, but like Derp can perform pretty well as he shows right now in the Gold League. Dark Noob on close maps. Angelina Jolie, I would say outdated. Praise was in the past pretty good, but also think he's outdated.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to struggle to make the top 32.
Yeah, agreed.
I do think that. But they have a big squad. Oh, and Dark Noob at the end as well, sorry. They've actually got 10 players. Sorry, Dark Noob. Ducky Noob. Somewhere. Germany B then. Pretty solid team. And actually, I kind of rate Germany B. I think they've got a lot of team game potential. We get Marv, Fatman, Skittle, Moore, Ando's there, Overcan, and Gurk.
Yeah, I would say it's also kind of a boomer generation.
100% definitely boomer, but like they still actively play a lot of team games together. I just kind of feel like they could make it in a lot more. I think the chances of them making it in are much greater than Netherlands and Mexico be.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a fair statement.
And then we have another Brazil team at 32 as well. Did I put C there?
Yeah, but that's.
It's meant to be B, but
I've no clue who is even in this team. I'm
Faraday,
surprised.
Paganini, and then Martine, Alphastar, Anti-Demon, Kenshin, and Quark. These are these BK guys who do play a lot of team games and
Yeah,
not the worst in terms of like 1v1 ratings either.
yeah, fair, but definitely silver league potential. Like they can definitely perform well on the silver league, but I don't think in the
Yeah,
main stage I don't see them perform.
yeah. And like, even if you make the top 32, you can still drop into the silver league anyway. So they'll certainly be all guns blazing for making the main event. I could easily see them not make it. We still have like France B just on the cusp. We have a Germany C there as well, which is the Laka guys. Japan not too far behind. Another Italy squad there. More Argentinians as well. So there will be competition to get these last kind of few spots, I feel, from 29. The last 4 spots are really up for grabs.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to the wheel then. How are we doing for time?
Yep.
1947, doing all right.
Yeah, we're in the schedule.
We're doing all right.
Schedule.
Ooh, not number 1, number 2.
Number 2. Oh my god. Yeah, well, what can we say? One of the candidates that might win the whole tournament.
I think they will win it.
Yeah,
I think they will win it.
there's a big chance they're gonna take it all.
Yeah.
Days will be happy. Pretty happy, but They look very strong.
Daisy Swoons.
Who? It's probably more interesting to talk about who of the teams has a chance against them.
Ooh.
France, I would say. France has a chance.
I'm a little bit more less impressed with France now after.
France,
Uh,
super strong. Two My Insanity players. I mean, it can't get stronger than that.
uh
No, it can get stronger than that. Three My Insanity players, but that's not possible.
yeah, I mean with Finland, I think Valas is a very good addition. I'd be interested to see how they do line up in certain maps. But he's certainly he's going to be an absolute beast pocket beast.
Oh, well, okay, France has potential to beat Finland. Okay, I think Finland's stronger, but has the potential. Then China A has the potential. Vietnam, maybe. And that's it.
Hmm.
Oh,
Honestly,
actually, Germany with Jordan?
yeah. I
Jordan
mean,
is not on the list yet, but they signed him up, I think.
the seeding sheet just needs to get updated, but
Yeah.
he's
I
100% in the
mean,
squad.
Germany is a real powerhouse with Jordan. You have Anatov, who's a great team game player. Then you have Running, who's a great overall player. Then, well, sadly they have Nilly, so one of the worst players. I'm
What it
kidding. I'm
what
kidding.
what
I'm
does it
kidding.
say in the screen? What country are we meant to be talking about?
Oh, sorry, yeah, we're on Finland. But I thought it's more interesting to talk about who can beat Finland, so that's why.
Give respect to the Finns. Come on. This is an art. They've finished third and 15, second and 17. From what I've been told, the Finns are all in and getting the win this time, and they've been playing a lot together as well. I think there's a good chance they'll win.
Agreed.
I don't know in terms of odds and what the percentage would put on it, but I would give them a decent.
Pretty high.
I'd give them a decent wedge.
Yeah, like top four, 100%, well, 99%, and top one, like 60, 70%.
Yeah. They'll certainly be a big team to beat, for sure.
Yep.
Let's see what we got next. Another low one.
Hopefully it's Germany.
It's number 6.
Number six.
6. It
Vietnam.
is Vietnam.
Vietnam? Top four team, in my opinion. That
Really?
team is really strong.
Bad Boy, Song, Say My Name,
Even
and
without ACCM.
our Bag
Imagine they
T.
would sign up ACCM.
Yeah, yeah. I did send a message to ACCM, but he's just had another son, so or another newborn. So I think he's extremely busy at the moment, just with IRL, and then he's still got Titans League going on as well, and GMB is now starting. So very busy. But general terms, Vietnam very consistent, fifth, fourth, and sixth, no worse than sixth. So yeah, I guess semifinals isn't too outlandish for them.
Yeah. The only thing, no back T, I think is fine, but no ACCM. I think with ACCM it would be an easy top four,
Mm-hmm.
top four, top two guess. But without ACCM, I would say I still think top four, but they might end up in top eight.
Yeah, I think they're. I don't think they go any further than top 8. Is my personal opinion. I think that's our cap.
Vive le Vietnam.
Yeah, it is a shame there's no ACCM. I think that would make a big difference. Why no Hong as well? Yeah, that's a good point by Shed. Like genuine. No Hong, people riot.
I'm pretty sure that Vietnam is happy that there's no Huang in the team.
The rest of us are not. Okay, let's move on then.
Yep.
Like we're down to like our last 10 or so here. And it's actually number
Ooh,
10. It is actually number 10, which is
that
Spania.
is Spain. Spain. Well,
Spain.
Spain can be crazy good. Well, you have a powerhouse Tato. Okay. Then you have Lon, who was one of the top 1v1 players as well in the past. Currently struggling to perform really outside of the top 32. But overall, also a strong player. And they had a great chemistry. He had a great team chemistry with Tato. So yeah, and then you have also a new face skill level wise. It's Tomate. He seems to performing decently well in 1v1s. Not sure about team games though.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, Moore is also fairly a good player.
I
The
can
other two's Monimon I remember, but he never peaked on a high level, I think.
mm, I kind of get Norway vibes from them. Just that Tato and Larn aren't quite as good as NBL and Viper. But then like the
Mm.
rest of their team's just a little bit better than like the other like. But they actually like if you see what I mean, they have like two like superstar players, and then the other ones are kind of question marks.
Yeah, but Lon is not really a superstar player anymore, right? So,
Not as much, not as much, but
yeah.
in comparison to the rest of his teammates, he is, and they seem what from what I've saw spectating their games on ladder, I've not been overly impressed. I really haven't. So I'm not too sure what to expect from Spain. I think C10 is a bit high, from what I've seen
Yeah,
so
but I
far.
think they fairly should get a top 16 finish.
They should. They should do.
They should. Like, it would surprise me if not.
I'm not too sure they can go any further though. I think they would. I
Yeah, top 16 for. Yeah, top 8, nah.
like.
But top 16, I think, is fair.
Mm-hmm. And like looking at that team, you'd like thinking of like a Tato and Land team, like and still like 2K1s and like a 2K2 behind it, or like, nah, I'm not gonna think any more than top 16. It's like insane the level. Hmm.
Hmm.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
They've got I think they've got a lot of doubters at the moment, just based of how they're playing. Seem to be trying out some strange things, but I think you got to try out strange things when you're practicing. Just kind of
Yeah, 100%.
throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yep.
The wheel.
The whale is back.
Number 3. And I believe that
Number 3. Oh. That must be Germany.
the Berliners.
Well, okay. I continue where I stopped last time. No, Anatov, great team game player, also by my Insanity, so my Insanity approved.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Running, who is a super strong player overall, especially on close maps. Then you have Jordan, who's not on the list at the moment, but also signed up. He's, well, nothing to add to Jordan, it's just a powerhouse. Then the fourth player, well, I would say you have some decent choice with Chaos to win. Then you have Nilly, and Nilly is just he's peaking at the moment in 1v1,
Mm-hmm.
but Nilly is for me always a big question mark performance wise because he's so inconsistent in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's a big confidence player as well. I think he can get inside of his head a little bit. And just like quickly
Mm.
on the Jordan point, the question is like how much is he going to contribute in games as well? Like he has a lot going on with like GMB and like preparation for 1v1s. He hadn't originally signed up for the team, but I think he's had his like arm twisted a little bit, and maybe in like the terms that he's not gonna be there for like every series to play, you know.
Okay,
But I
yeah,
think they still
that's
have.
bad.
I still think they have the depth there. Um, to be. I think they
Uh,
could do top 4. Even if Jordan plays like an odd game here and there, like the important games.
Yeah, I think with Jordan, top four should be possible. Agreed.
Just Anatov is a god in pocket, and I was actually really impressed with running pocket the other day as well. But then like
Yeah,
we're
running is just overall very skilled, and not just because he's in chat at the moment.
the question is like where does Nelly really fit in like an A team there if you are going to be running a nano? But I think they will rotate players. I
I'm
I have a feeling they
the
will.
main spot from, in my opinion, is running Anatov, Jordan, and Chaos to win.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I would agree.
I maybe they let Philip and Neely play as well. Target, well, maybe Target is also a very good player. I'm not sure. I don't know Target, so
2K2-ish if I remember right. Decent level.
yeah, yeah, the 1v1 level, yeah, but like he's definitely skilled. But in that team, I think he's the weakest player.
Mm-hmm. Shed wants a Nelly flank versus Licks, please. Oh boy, could you imagine? It's content right there.
Big.
But yeah, I should have a lot of team game experience in like these players. There's just a couple of them, big question marks, but like what Ano can maybe bring to the table. Philippe plays a lot of TGs as well. I think I have
Yeah,
big top four vibes from Germany. Stand for Germany, and of course you'll be
yeah.
going
So
to. You're going to Berlin for NEC, am I right?
I try. It's March, right?
Yeah, we've got everything
Yeah,
booked already.
so many projects at the moment, so much stuff to do. I try, but let's see. Lots of stuff to do at the moment.
I mean,
Next is Denmark.
I would love to see you there.
Yeah, well, same. I would love to see myself there as well.
And I know lots of other people would as well, so we want you there. I just want to
Well, but yeah,
I just want to give you a cuddle, you know? You have that kind of face.
yeah, that's what scares me.
uh,
Because people somehow love to cuddle me because I'm kind of smallish. So they're always like, bullet. Especially sci-fi.
uh,
Sci-fi is pretty much throwing me around like a freaking ball because I'm like 3 heads smaller than him.
you know they've signed up, right? Ivik
Who?
Sci-Fly.
Oh my god, no, no.
Go to the
Oh
bottom
no.
of the seeding sheet. Nemino's in there as well.
How deep ever they go? Oh my god, they're lower than the lowest rated Switzerland team.
They're lower than Scotland. That's how bad it is.
uh,
What a team.
damn.
They're
That's so
127 out of
great that so many
129.
teams signed up, though. That's just cool to see,
Yeah,
man.
it's insane. Like 130 teams we still got until Monday.
Even Mongolia signed up a
Yeah,
team. That's cool, man.
yeah. There's a lot of first timers, which is amazing to see. Costa Rica was a really interesting one, and like they actually have decent players, which was a big surprise.
South Africa.
Serbia was a big surprise to see that led by Doubt. There's a lot of teams outside of like the top 32 and 64 to be excited about for sure.
Hmm.
But anyway, back on to the top 32. Number 21 is Denmark. Good luck,
Them.
Kongen. Emil, big
Well,
smiley face.
Denmark is like USA, just worse.
Yeah, season 20. Like, I actually don't really see too many of these guys like overly active at the moment.
Yeah, man. They don't have a powerhouse and they have a bunch of 2Ks, but they're just not they're not good enough to perform. How is their seed 21?
Bruv, I think it's the team game, Elo. It's probably Krazini, because Krazini just as an absolute beast in
No,
team
I'm
games.
checking. Crescini's only 1599 team games.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. The highest is Emil with 1929. No, they're that high. They're at C21 because of their 1v1
Because of
rating.
the 1v1s. What are they
Yeah,
set? What are they sitting at just now?
Kongen is at the moment on between 2K3 and 2K4. Emil around 2K3. Then you have Dobbs almost peaking at 2K3. And then you have Good Luck between 2K1, 2K2. But
Damn. Well,
yeah.
that's probably the team you would expect to start as a four. And like they have
Yeah.
played team games together before as well.
But,
But it doesn't seem like as much. I don't know. Maybe
I,
no.
I don't see them getting out of groups.
Yeah, no one's really got any. I mean, we're not giving them a chance. Like we're not. Everyone in chat is not giving them a chance.
Yeah. It's so funny that they have a higher seed than China B
Yep.
and Finland B, India, and so on.
Yep.
Norway. Oh my god. That's really funny. Yeah.
And I think that's like a big reason to have the draw the way it is as well. Imagine if we used like a rigid seeding like this seeding system, which we just kind of like started to have team game rate and like have some sort of like impact. Imagine we had some like a bracket that was like rigid with like the seeds. And people would be going absolute insane. But because the groups are drawn, it has a little bit more of a
Yeah.
randomness factor anyway, so we can justify it, which is
I think as like other teams in the top 32, they have great chances to make good to win or perform really high in the Silver League, but main stage, nope.
I think that's a good goal for them to be honest. Is to
Yeah,
just
get top 2 or top 4 in Silver League.
yeah, like go through the golds, get as much experience as you can, playing better teams and learn some stuff, and then try and take that into silver and get a good result there.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's get back to the wheel. Oh, streaming
Yeah,
soon. No. I think we're down to the last seven now. It is
could
number
be.
four, but should be Argentina A, if I remember right. And it is.
Yep, you're right.
I think we've
Well,
I think we've not done. Did we do that Argentina team? I don't think we have. Maybe we'll do them back to back. The wheel will decide.
I mean, Argentina will definitely hit top 8, I think.
That's where I kind of feel like they should be, but they're currently seeded fourth. They're going to get an invite to main event. Are
Get an invite. That's
Yep, yep. Are they
uh,
are they a top four team though? That is the question.
nah. They are not a top 4 team. I don't think they're a top 4 team.
Yeah, I would feel inclined to agree. But Nikov certainly going to be the carry player for them. He seems to have like improved his temperament a little bit in terms of like tilt and playing. So, but he's certainly not like a massive superstar in comparison to like a Viper, Leary on some of these teams. Um, but then again, like their secondary players are also very solid. FedEx like 2K3, Minot's 2K3, Gary's very good team game player, Rocky Rocks is there, and Deeker's not, having like a, let's see, number six. It's not terrible,
Hmm.
but I know they'll be having vibes from the World Cup performance. They'll be wanting to win it.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, skill level wise, would have the potential to go far, but yeah, as I said before, top 8.
Yeah, and I think like top four would be a really good result for them.
Yeah, well, that would be big. I think they can already be happy with a top 8 result.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I just hit the wrong one again. Let's see what's next. 28. Italy, I believe.
That's Italy. Yeah.
And I think they're potentially the most underrated team in the top 32. We have Cami and Nanimar in
How
there.
much did Vodka play lately? AoE 2?
Not a whole lot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was very busy with playing Age of Empires 4 and then being an observer in Age of Empires 4, so I'm not sure how much he played lately.
Yeah, and even Kamigawa and Nanimar are playing a little bit more. Rises there too. We have Shades that also plays a lot. And then, how would you even say the last one? Sao Shikikoto, 1999. It's, I don't know.
Salsiccio.
Saushito. One more time.
Salsiccio.
Saus
Salsiccio.
Sausicho. Okay, that's not bad. But it's like a good team. There's certainly question marks surrounding it.
Probably Salsicciotto. Salsicciotto, probably.
I mean, do they have? They
Never
don't.
trust a French
Frenchman.
guy.
Oh
Never
God.
trust a French guy talking about Italians. They always lie, man. They also act like white wine is better than red wine, so you'll see the problem.
Really? Would the Frenchman argue that?
Some of them.
No.
I'm Italian. Shut up.
Got him.
More French than you is not possible, Tarsit.
If the Italians had to take red wine greater than white wine, I agree. Like,
True. Tarsit actually prefers red wine. I remember that, yeah. Because I drank a lot with him.
I don't see the French being. If I was to associate any like alcoholic drink with France, I would automatically go to red wine.
Hmm.
What are they doing down there in the Alps? Is that what
Well,
like,
you're Scottish. You don't know about Europe, right?
bro? I used to holiday in all through school years in France.
I see. Well, let's get back to Italy.
Yeah, so see the
I
28th.
don't. Yeah, but they will not. Like they will perform well there. But even with the superstar Nani Marin, aka Pete Martell, I don't think they're gonna perform good in the group stage or
Mm-hmm.
well.
They do have the B team around seeded 38, if I remember right. So if they do want to play practice games, they do have like a pretty easy option to just like play whenever they want with probably should be like pretty much uh minimal communication. Like you want to play tonight or whatever, and they can get it done, or they can mix squads. So I think that should benefit them. But, they have to do that, of course. I'm not too sure. I think they could challenge in the main event, but I expect them to get there. I mean, and when I say challenge, I mean like have competitive games in the group stage.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And that would be a good building block for them. I think that's what a lot of teams need to have a goal of going into the group stage, is just to try and be competitive. If the games go your way, they go your way. Okay, let's go next.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 6 to go is. We're still missing number 1. Let's see what we've got now. And that is. Tarzan will be happy with this. He'll be spamming the French flag. Maybe.
The Frenchies.
It is our Frenchies. They are the number 1 seeded team.
Yeah,
Sato,
also a
Clement.
really strong team.
Yep, we got Margugu, Solet's in there.
France, France was never as strong as they are right now.
Nope, you can see that in the record, right?
Mm.
Group stage in 15, silver quarterfinals in 17. Sato was in that. Um, Tarzan actually thinks they're overrated. I think 1 is very, very generous, but they have earned the right to be at number 1. So I I think the Norway result for me kind of like put a bit of doubt in my mind in terms of like how good they actually are.
Mm-hmm. but well, it's just practice games and not tournament games, right? So
Yep, for sure.
I feel like they're definitely top four. Everything else would surprise me. If they don't reach top four, I would question myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it should be quarterfinals, and then I think semifinals is certainly
They
a
should
good
get to
estimation.
the
Yeah.
semifinals, and then it depends if they can outperform Finland or China or Germany.
But I don't see them as like a final two team at this moment, despite their seed.
Who is then China and Finland?
Who's on China and Finland?
No, you think in the final will be Finland and China?
I think it's gonna be Finland. The other one for me is a little bit up for grabs, but I kinda have Germany vibes. I don't know why. I
Okay.
do have Germany vibes. Anatov is just a god. I think if I was to pick any of the My Insanity players, I'd pick Anatov.
Fair. Fair take.
Just a god
He's
pocket.
also the most chill. Well, Margu and Sitor are also really calm in voice chat.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how like everyone else in the squad fits in, but I'm pretty sure the French guys will play a lot with each other in their Discord. Baba was a little bit of a surprise to be included as more of like a closed map specialist, so to speak. Has pretty good results on some arena tourneys and stuff. And then could
Yeah,
contribute
well,
in BF as well. So yeah, let's see.
it's just a well-rounded team. It's a very well-rounded team,
Yeah, like it is.
and
It is.
and as Tarza said, they play so much together. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, they certainly have a lot of expectation going into main event. Seeded first and big community over in France. So it's a lot of expectation as well, for sure. Number 16 now. This is probably the team I'm most excited to see at the tournament.
Number 16,
Yeah, and
Austria.
that is Austria. We got freaking Andy, freaking Chris, we got Weary, LB10, Tanks, and Bambinity. Don't like to say the last one, but I just call him Bambi.
Well, but that's another case of Norway and Spain.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Mm.
Weary, obviously, one of the
Super
best
big
players in the world.
superstar.
Yeah, like one of.
Freaking Andy, the new shining talent, who's doing crazy at the moment in the Gold League.
Mm-hmm. And then LB10 and Tanks are definitely not bad players, but I feel more comfortable having them on like closed maps versus open maps. And then Bambi,
Teutonic Tanks will not play mostly, pretty sure. Would surprise me big time.
I could see
Okay,
him playing BF.
fair. That's fair.
I really want to know what you had to do to make Larry play Nations Cup. I can't reveal secrets. A lot of chat and convincing to certain people. I'm super glad he's obviously involved in the squad, and I don't know what a realistic goal is for them. But if I can see Weaver flank,
top
LB10
16
pocket,
at top 16 definitely. Maybe top 8.
yeah, I don't know where Andy's gonna play in the team, and then like I guess the other flank is the question mark. But I could see them doing well. Thinking like closed maps, you'll have Chris even play. I think Chris will play closed maps as pocket
Mm.
potentially, and then you'd have Andy flex out. There is some combinations there. It'll be fun to see, but the big question is if they're gonna practice with Leary, and how is he gonna get in there, which is probably gonna be a difficult thing to coordinate. It's one thing getting him on the team, but actually putting practice time together's a whole different issue.
Yep. How high can they go? Depends how much wheat they buy.
I from what I've been told, um, they're aiming for top four.
They are going for top four.
That's their goal. Yeah, that is their goal.
Wow. Wow.
So I mean, if you,
No, top four. I don't see them. Top eight. Yeah, maybe, but top four, nah.
I think top eight is a realistic goal that can be achieved.
Yeah,
I think
but
top
top
16 should be a
four.
given, but yeah, top four
Then
is
then they have to do a big showing, man.
yeah for sure. It's a lofty goal,
Big
but
showing.
I don't think there's any issues having lofty goals. It's not like they're
Yeah,
saying they're going to win it. Like I still feel like top
true.
four, like all going well, it's something that is vaguely possible. Even though I would still say it's unlikely, but there's a chance, and that's all you need. You just need the chance.
There's always a chance. Yeah.
That's all you need.
Okay, next.
Last four. On to
Who's left?
17.
UK,
I think that I
Australia.
think 17 is UK. No, I'm wrong. 17 is Argentina B, which
Okay.
is mostly the Argentina. Sorry, Argentina B is mostly the dark side players.
Do I sound stupid when I think that Argentina B might outperform Argentina A?
Nah, nah. Uh, I
I
mean,
mean, they have some players in this team who perform pretty well in Battle of Africa.
yeah, yeah, they did.
Argentina lost 0-5 to Mexico. Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah, that this was the team that lost. That was meant to do the play all seven, and then they gave up after 5 games.
Okay,
But
disaster.
you can see like the B teams from like Nations Cups, like group stage, silver round of 32. I feel like it'll be pretty consistent. I think it'll be another group stage exit, even with like
Okay,
Capoch and even like Barry Twig and Carbo or solid players. I don't really see them going too much further.
yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Okay, fair point. Point taken.
can't believe they've not actually got the UK. That's wild. Okay,
Kapoch
23.
useless in team game.
And this is the should be the Aussies, and it is an interesting team. It's a big squad. Robo, Chris, Soxino, Zombie, Razor, Zage, Mr. Dodo, Talendina, and Shed. But missing Zane is probably a bit of a that'll probably hurt them a little bit. It would have been good to have Zane in the squad.
Do you see them in top 16?
Hmm, I don't, but I think they've got a nice I think they get nice building blocks here. I think they should be. They're like another Denmark situation. They should try and take what they can from gold, drop down to silver, and then try and go all in that.
Yeah, I see the same. Like silver, they've definitely put the potential to win there or top four, top two. But yeah, gold, nope.
No Zane, no hope. Yeah.
Oh, Sag.
And we even have Robo. He's finally not camping. He's not camping rating anymore. Up to 2K1, I believe, but probably will end up going a little bit further. And Robo, of course, goes over a handbook like a of his
Hmm.
microscope, and he'll be working out any kind of advantages they can possibly get. 3 1v1 players, 3D players, and Robo. Yeah, it's probably a good summary. An
Agreed.
an eclectic mix. I just want to see Shed play a decent amount of games, man. He's been very non-committal. Okay, number 7. I can't believe UK is going to be last. Seven's
Chile.
the will be.
Yeah, Chile. Honestly, I don't even think they will make the top 8.
I don't think so either.
The furthest I see them going is top 16, and that would already be.
Let's finish off. Let's finish off. So you got one more to do, which is UK. Saving the best to last, of course. Kappa. Boo, Cappy, Nick, Fajita, Steak, Dervoy, JBR, and Hallis. JBR, a little bit of a token player there. UK did have a pretty good team game seeding. They were in around like the top 8, but have dropped down to like 15th now. So firmly in kind of like pot B. They're a pretty versatile group of players. Fanji's in there. Is going to be good for close maps. Nick as well. And then you have Hallis there. A nice little addition for them. And then the other group of guys, Boo, Stick, Happy, and Dervoy, play a good amount together as well. But I don't know what the expectations will be for them. I think top 16 is something realistic. But would be a big result. Did have a good result against KGB, which was Fire Brew. And Fire Brew and Goku. It was in Battle of Africa qualifiers, but they did end up going out against the Poles. But they'll prepare. They'll prepare a decent amount, and we'll be ready to go when it comes to it. But yeah, that's them all. That's the top 32. I am gonna be hopping away, and we had Bulletchen over there, and sadly he's gone now. Internet had a bit of a moment.